Welcome back, everybody, to the Beggars Canyon Boys.
I'm sorry.
Checks messages right at the
It
beginning.
vibrates, so I was like, what was that?
No, it's okay. It's probably more important than this anyway.
Okay, well,
We're back talking Star Wars again, right? I mean,
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
believe that?
We watched something though. That's a big deal.
We did
Yeah.
a movie, a theatrically released movie.
Which that's kind of crazy to think about, actually.
Yep.
Not movie worthy.
No,
Sorry.
no, and it's not it. Well, okay, so we watched the Clone Wars movie from 2008, our first piece of Dave Filoni content, a man that will go on to be a one of the main creative forces behind Star Wars from this point forward.
The architect of Ahsoka, Dave Filoni. Correct?
He is the creator of Ahsoka. Yes, that's true. He yeah, especially on the TV side of things, will go on to pretty much be in charge of like all the animated stuff and a lot of the live action stuff as well.
I think I've heard him mentioned before, so yeah, I know he's like pretty popular, right?
Yeah. A divisive, I would say. I kind of was under the impression for a long time that everybody really loved all his stuff. And then more recently, I've been seeing a lot of stuff of like how he ruined Star Wars and like has created a certain type of fan that is annoying and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
With almost everything, it is some good and some bad, and I think he's a really creative guy who understands the tone of Star Wars that I like. He not everything he does I like, but he has made some really awesome stuff, so I would say overall I do like him.
Well,
as a creator.
I'll not judge him based off these, or not these initial episodes, this initial dive into the Clone Wars.
But I think it is okay to look at them as episodes, though.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, not necessarily movie worthy. This is just 4 episodes combined into a movie. George Lucas is just watching the finished episodes and saying, like, hey, that could be a movie if you just put these 4 together.
Yeah, how involved was he?
Not, well, okay. He was very involved at first with the development of this show. In 2005... little backstory, George Lucas, got Dave Filoni, really mentored him, like, pretty closely on Star Wars stuff, the Force, like, what, pretty much imparted all of his Star Wars knowledge onto him.
Wait, that's got to be so cool.
Yes.
Like, I'm sure he was a Star Wars fan before that, too.
Yes,
so,
he was.
Man, getting sort of George Lucas taking you under his wing and being like, here's some of the lore, like maybe you can build something yourself out of this. Like,
yeah.
That's awesome.
He really took him as like an apprentice,
Yeah. A Padawan.
Yeah, a Padawan learner for George, and wanted him to run this very ambitious Lucasfilm animation project that they wanted to start. We will take a look at the other project that was going to come out from this, Star Wars Detours, which was supposed to be a like Robot Chicken-esque sketch show that never got released, but does have a few finished bits released online that we can
crazy.
Look at. Yeah, it's pretty weird. But yeah, this guy, Dave Filoni, he had directed some episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender before this. And anyway, yeah, from 2005 to 2010, 2008, sorry, they worked very hard, like, developing this art style and this world of what would become the Clone Wars animated show. Yeah, and I guess remains to be seen how it will all turn out. But I mean, we can get into the movie specifically and everything. But before we do any of that, I would like to take a brief moment, maybe a few minutes up top, to ask you, because we haven't really had a chance to talk about this on the mic. You recently played through the Force Unleashed
Oh yeah.
game and are now playing Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, I don't think we've talked about that much on the podcast at all. So would love to just hear your thoughts on those experiences.
Which do you want to dive into first of those two?
I mean, whatever you're feeling. I don't care.
I'll go Knights of the Old Republic since it's been longer now since I've played Force Unleashed. Although that's a fun game where I'll hop back into it and just play that last level again just to. All right, maybe I'll talk about Force Unleashed first.
Sure.
Since I'm diving into it. Yeah, I'll hop into that last level and just like on the Death Star, just go through the level again because that is the most challenging level of the game. And really one of the first ones where it's like, okay, this is genuinely like hard to get through.
Yeah.
And you're like so powerful by the end with all your force point abilities, and it just feels really, really fun and amazing. Yeah, it was a cool game. I really enjoyed it. The opening mission is like one of my favorite opening missions in a game now. Like getting to play as Darth Vader, being introduced to all the mechanics, taking down Wookiees, dude. You know I hate Wookiees.
Yeah.
You know I hate Wookiees.
Yeah.
And I played that right after we watched Revenge of the Sith, so it felt continuous in a way because that takes place very early on after Anakin becomes Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked being the little protege of Vader there for a little bit too. Although a lot of the stuff was like, but you're a double agent, but you're not a double agent, but you are a double agent.
Yeah.
But,
it's a pretty repetitive story cycle, I would say.
Yeah.
But
gameplay's super fun, and I got a hot blocky girlfriend,
Hell yeah.
Very triangular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was weird, them trying to make it like a sexy thing, I was like, this is characters, just a few triangles.
They truly do the male gaze shot of her walking away and the feet up to her ass when they introduce her.
Yeah.
Juno Eclipse, I believe, is her name.
Oh, that's her name?
Yeah.
To be honest, I forget what happens with her. I guess we escape together in the end.
They kiss and before he goes into the Death Star, and then, he presumably dies if you take the good ending.
What? No, yeah.
And she just works with that other guy, Rom Coda, with the rebellion.
The blind guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was cool, too. I liked him.
Yeah. I agree. The gameplay is super fun, and it's a little simple and repetitive sometimes, but, the lightning is awesome to use.
Yeah.
And
I would force choke everyone.
Yeah, dude. I love picking people up and throwing objects into them, or throwing people off of cliffs and stuff. Just really satisfying.
Oh yeah, force grabbing them and then just spearing them with your lightsaber and then coming back.
Yes.
You just feel something about that feels right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's pretty awesome. And Starkiller is a cool character, voiced by Sam Witwer, who also will become a bigger part of our Star Wars journey during the Clone Wars show. We haven't seen him yet. I don't think he did any voices in the movie, but he will be a big part of the show coming up.
Interesting. Interesting, that is. Little Yoda for you.
That's just some Yoda. Yeah,
just there.
That's cool.
He's not in that game, but
no, but he is in the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
He's in the second game. Spoilers.
Whoa. Okay.
Just for
that
a
I heard
second.
is not as great as the first game.
I don't think so, but some people really like the second game.
I heard the DLC's awesome, but I can't play the DLC.
DLC of the first game is amazing.
Yeah.
My favorite part about my favorite idea from the base Force Unleashed game, though, I forget his name, but the recluse Jedi on the junkyard planet that has a little exoskeleton that he's made for himself has created he was supposed to be the guardian of the Jedi Temple or something, and he created a fake Jedi Council out of trash, and then when you go and fight him up in his little circular room that you fight him in, there's all of the main Jedi Council members, junkyard sculptures of all of them They don't really draw attention to it, but like if you look closely, it's like, okay, that's Mace Windu,
Yeah.
Ki-Adi-Mundi, Kit Fisto,
Huh.
everybody. And you can like pick up those statues and destroy them and throw them at him and stuff. And I think that's a really cool idea of like this guy. If you read his little character bio, it's like he feels so much shame for like failing to protect the Jedi that he's kind of gone crazy, and he's created like this fake, and he talks to like these statues and stuff that he's built and everything, just like this recluse crazy guy.
Do you fight him in the game?
Yeah, you kill him. He's He's very little. He's like the second Jedi that you go and fight after you meet Rom
He's
Koda
not
for the first
the
time.
Jar Jar Binks guy, like similar race. No,
No.
I wonder where it is in relation to that. I also played the Switch version, which I think is a port of the Wii version. So I'm like, I wonder.
Oh,
If
really? Okay.
Yeah.
So that is slightly different story-wise than like the PlayStation 3 version, which is the one I've played.
Oh, okay. See, yeah,
They
I feel
have
like
some different characters and different
uh,
story beats in that.
maybe he's not in there.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I found that out afterwards when I was like, oh, I can't play the DLC either because they didn't release the DLC for Wii. So there's no like port of it that I can get. So at some point, I may just have to like, if it's on sale on PS5 or something, get it for cheap.
So you played the version where you spear the wings of TIE fighters into the walls and then platform on them.
Yeah.
Because I had it for the Wii and the PS3 when I was a kid, but I haven't played the Wii one since then. PS3 one I played a couple years ago, so I remember that a lot more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, is there not like a kind of bounty hunter Jar Jar Binks race guy in the?
I think that's just in the Wii and PS2. The Wii and the PS2 one are very similar, I think.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I was like, So I was like, see, this race of aliens can be fierce and cool, like, just not Jar Jar.
No, definitely not him. Yeah, well, cool game, but I guess we have different versions of it.
Yeah, well, if anyone's played the Wii or Switch version, then you and I have common ground. And if you played any other version, you have common ground with Jackson. Leave your comment for
Yeah. Which version do you guys prefer?
Yeah, it's probably the version you played.
I don't know. I see lots of different things, pros and cons from both of them. Because like, did yours have like a little bit of a hub world of walking around the ship and stuff?
Yeah, it did. Is that not in the
No,
other
it's
one?
just like straight level to level.
Oh, that was a cool aspect
So,
of it. Yeah.
There's pros and cons.
Well, I would just assume that probably a lot of stuff was watered down in the Wii version, but maybe not.
I don't know. I see people online debating which one they think is better, so I really don't know.
All right, maybe I shouldn't put the Wii version down so much.
Hey, if you enjoyed it,
I did. I thought it was really fun.
Hey.
But then I found out there was the other version. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to play the Wii one now again. Man, I had that. I probably sold it. I fucked. So
could you use motion controls?
Before. Yeah. Stupid kid sold all my good games.
Yeah, I know. I wish I had never traded anything in the GameStop ever.
Nope, me too. And I have given away so much. My Mario Galaxy and Twilight Princess just gone.
Yeah.
Why did I get rid of those?
Those are the ones you hold on to.
Yeah, I know. Well, how about the other game?
Knights of the Old Republic. To be honest with you, I think my like game is glitching a little bit because it says I have 14 hours in the game, but like there's truly, and I'm not even being like jokey about it. There's truly no way I've put 14 hours into it so far because I've also barely like just scratched the surface of it. I think like 4 hours maybe, and it's like putting a 1 in front of it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've really just started. Like, I just went to the Sith lady had invited me to her party, and I just got like the Sith outfit to go to the lower level. So like, there's not that much. You can't spend 14 hours, I think, in the above layer unless I like left my Switch on and like
maybe
something like that happened. But the game is cool. It's different than I expected it to be. I thought it would be way more combat focused, and maybe it gets that way later on. But I've been just like having a great time exploring everything, talking to everyone. I told you this was super impressive. Like, it's all voice acted. Like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Even the aliens, like, obviously you don't hear what they're saying, but they'll go like, and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
There's a lot of variation too,
Yeah.
like for the time that it came out and everything. Like,
Droids are buzzing and beeping. By the way, I'm sure this is because again, I explored like everything I could before I had to move on, basically. I'm sure this you get something later, but I was so happy to go to that droid and tech store and get my first little droid.
yeah.
And the freaking moment you leave, the droid breaks down.
Yeah.
And then I thought I was like, oh, you can go in and like maybe she'll upsell you and be like, oh, you got to buy the repair kit, and that's how this works. That's how this mechanic works. No, it was just like, nah, dude, you're you don't have a droid right now. What are you talking about? I was like, oh, okay. So
It's a bummer.
yeah,
But you do get more droid companions.
seems like there's a mission where you get like the droid that she's like, she's such a weird salesperson too, because she's like, I have two droids, and then she sells you the one, and she's like, I only have one. I have one droid, but he's not for sale. It's like, well, don't tell me you have a droid then, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, that's a very like video gamey thing of like, okay, but I know I am gonna get that.
Yeah. But I have to look at it like because I'm role playing as I'm,
yeah,
Oh, man, I wish I knew my character name. It's a fun one, but I forget what it is because it's very
yeah.
like star. I didn't expect to be grilled about this today. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to grill you. I just wanted casual thoughts.
Yeah.
Um.
I also made a initial mistake of going to the medic bay, and I thought it was cool that I was exploring and I hacked into the back room where he's like keeping the two other fallen guys from our group,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to blackmail him into giving me credits. Otherwise, I would report that he has those guys there, which is funny too because I would be like incriminating myself if I actually went through with that report.
Yeah, true.
And then Karth tries to stop you, and I was like, okay, this game's gonna like let Karth stop me, and then you could acquiesce to that or just push forward.
Yeah.
And I was just testing in the beginning, so I was like, okay, this game is not gonna let me continue, and I did. And the guy like gave me money, and now every time I go to the medic bay, he's like, oh, not you again.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess through medical ethics, I have to heal you. And then I'll get my heal or he'll sell to me, but like. He gives me an attitude every time now.
Damn. I don't think I experienced that because I was actually nice.
Well,
yeah, well, I definitely will be interested to hear how your thoughts about that progress because I think it just gets more and more interesting story-wise as it goes on. Yeah, really cool game.
I will probably not play it in a bit though. I was playing the new Donkey Kong. So
Oh yeah, I really want that.
yeah, I was a hater when I first tried it, when I play tested it,
Mm-hmm.
because there's bad frame rate stuff, and then I kept seeing people being like, it's actually like one of the best games ever, and I was like, oh, you guys must be playing something different.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
I watched the video game donkey video about it.
Okay.
It looks really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been having a good time smashing things.
I would love to play it.
Yeah.
So the Clone Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
This, like we mentioned, collection of 4 episodes, just kind of haphazardly put together as a movie that was released theatrically to kick off the Clone Wars series in August of 2008. This movie came out, and the show would start in October of 2008. I was 10 years old when this movie came out. I was vacationing with my family in Washington, D.C., and I knew there was a Star Wars movie coming out, and we happened to be in is there like some famous mall in Washington, D.C.?
The National Mall?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's where we were, and like I saw like that some kind of promotional material for it, and I knew it was like coming out then, but I had like some poster or something that I got from somewhere. It was like a fold out poster that had like all the characters on the other side, and in my head I'm like, finally, okay, like my main issue with like the prequels was how much I loved like Plo Koon and Kit Fisto and Ki-Adi-Mundi and all these other Jedi, but they never did anything in the movies, and their characters were on the back of the poster. So I'm like,
Oh,
finally, like this movie is going to focus on like all the Jedi like working together, and like and these like more minor Jedi characters are going to get the spotlight. And no, they don't at all. But I did, somehow convince my family to take time out of our Washington, D.C. vacation to go watch this in the theater. Um,
Well, they like Star Wars though, right?
they do, so, to
It
a
is
certain
animated though,
degree,
yeah.
yeah. I think they could kind of tell, like, that this was like a for kids, like,
Yeah.
cartoon and stuff. But I remember pitching it like, you guys love like Wall-E and Star Wars, and like this could be as good as like a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
Um,
But
uh,
Star Wars, yeah.
yeah, and so we went, and I remember watching it and being even a little disappointed, even as a 10-year-old. But
No, dude, you were like stinky.
no, definitely did not
I
like
don't
that
know.
part of
When
it.
Ahsoka was like, he's all the wrong shades of green, you were
Yeah.
like, I know you did.
Yeah, you're right. You got me. The only real thing I remember is that the theater was absolutely freezing, and movie theaters are often very cold, but this was.
Yeah, prepare.
Hmm?
Prepare.
Okay, well, this was especially cold, more so than most. And I remember putting. My mom was so cold that she went out and like there was like a newspaper stand right by the theater,
Hmm.
and she took two newspaper bags and put them on her arms as makeshift sleeves.
Wow.
That's my memory of that movie, and everyone was miserable
I
during
was
it
gonna say,
because of
sounds
how
like they were
freezing it
not having
was.
a good time at all.
No. It was the four of us and one other like 40-year-old man in the theater who I assume is just like some Star Wars nerd who,
Finally.
yeah. Um,
Well, damn.
but yeah, this movie, as we've touched on, introduces Ahsoka, introduces Captain Rex, reintroduces us to a new version of Ventress.
Yeah. Roto, is that his name?
Road of the Hutt.
Roto the Hutt,
Zero
the
the Hutt.
Hutt.
Some great new characters.
Yeah. I'm sure they must appear much more frequently after this,
I
right?
think Zero does come
Oh, really?
back, I think. Rhoda, I'm not sure.
Oh, he was the big star though.
Yeah. Well, before we even get into the specifics of the movie.
So I'm gonna rag on this movie. The more I've like thought about it, the more I'm
No.
like, this movie was really dumb actually.
No, it's not very good. It's really not very good.
Like I was trying to think back on what we watched today, and as I was thinking through it, I was like, stupid, dumb,
Yes.
like no plot really. Like or the plot's there, but it's like a really, really stupid plot.
Very simple, very repetitive.
It's like the Separatists lost. Yeah, I get it. Like if this was one of their plots, Count Dooku's head was going off.
Yeah. Well, he's very cartoonish in that, but they did get freaking Christopher Lee to come back and do the voice of Dooku in this,
And he does great as it. But yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson does Mace Windu in this for like 2 lines.
Yeah, weird. How come like Ewan and what's Anakin's actor's name again?
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, Hayden. How come he didn't want to?
I don't know. I guess they were bigger parts that would have required more time or whatever. But
he didn't want to be like doing that "Hello, darling" to Ventress.
Yeah, maybe not. But I like the guy who does Obi-Wan.
To me, anyone, because even when we watched the Tarkovsky series, I was like, oh, I kind of like it's like fun to me when they're doing their impressions of his Obi.
Because Obi-Wan's voice is just so fun.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Anakin takes a little warming up to, I think. But yeah, before we talk about the specifics of the movie, what do you think about this art style? Because I think that's like pretty divisive and also can be an acquired taste for a lot of people.
Yeah, I've got somewhat complicated feelings about it because I think it's got its positives, but also some overwhelming negatives. So, for example, overall, I kind of think it looks bad and it looks a little cheap. But I will say, when it comes to like dynamic movement, I think the style works pretty well for that. Like the the Dooku fight towards the end, I thought looked good in the style.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, but I think like people look bad generally, and it makes like any emotion on their faces not really work for me.
Yep.
But on the flip side of that, like the clone troopers look amazing in this art style.
Yes.
Like they look really good.
The vehicles I think look awesome too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I totally
overall
agree.
I don't like it, but yeah.
The clone armor is sick looking. It's interesting because it does get better as the show goes on and as the years go by. It slightly looks better and better, especially in what you're talking about with like a little bit of the stiffness of the movement and like the facial features and
Yeah.
expressions. Like that definitely improves as it goes on. Like, I don't know. I just watched a clip from season 7 and compared it to like the movie, and it's like, holy shit. Okay, it looks way better.
Yeah, because often, I mean, and this like should not be something your viewer's thinking about, and so it takes me out of it. I'm like, I'll see them as like a character model for a moment versus like just them being the character who's living and breathing and like moving. You know,
I do feel that way in this movie, though. They feel very like action figure-y and like but I kind of like the design that they're going for a lot of characters. Like Dooku's like big exaggerated beard.
I was gonna say Dooku's the only one I think looks cool.
yeah. Obi-Wan's armor, I like his like Clone Wars armor.
Yeah.
The Hutts look horrible. I mean, they look absolutely nightmarish and not fun to look at.
No.
What I really like about the art design, though, is like the painted brushstrokes aspect of it. Because like within the textures, or if you look at like a background wall, it's got like these like sort of faded like painterly brushstrokes, or even on like someone's face, like there's like kind of like interesting shading of like it looks like big paint brushes going on.
Yeah,
which
I don't know if I noticed
cool.
that. I'll have to like look again.
I like that aspect about it. But yeah, I understand, some reservations for it because it is a little stiff at first.
Do you think more people like the style or more people generally dislike the style, or just like, and also is there an opinion where people are like, oh, I hate people who just can't deal. They're like, I can't deal with the style. Like, do people hate my opinion?
No, I think it's kind of all around. I think there are definitely people who are like, wow, people who can't get into it just because the animation style puts them off. Like, come on, just suck it up and get into it. And then there are people who are like, I'm not going to watch it because of the way it looks. I can't get over that.
Yeah.
I find it to be like an acquired taste. As it goes, I kind of like grow to love it.
Yeah.
At least for most things. And by the end, it looks really good. And they've got it much more figured out of how they want to work it. And I think in the directing, too, it's pretty interesting because they do a lot of like virtual camera moves. There's like a big landscape and then they will like zoom in and like rotate the camera around and then lock it and then like move it over here and lock it to show different stuff. So it's like, okay, so they just built like this whole 3D environment with like pieces moving and then they like move the virtual camera around, which feels weird and artificial sometimes, and other times is a cool effect, I think.
I feel like even watching like the movie that we watch, going through it, like the back half of it is more loaded with like unique shots than the first half, and it's like, it's almost like, oh, they were like kind of figuring it out still.
Yeah. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I think when Anakin and Ahsoka are like walking on Tatooine and like it's the sun setting and they're walking on top of the
R2-D2's there too.
Yes, yeah, okay, you're right.
Well,
R2-y.
Yeah.
Well,
isn't it homaging something from one of the first movies?
Yeah, it's like
with R2-D2 in that show.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
like
the only reason I mentioned.
Walking past the crate dragon skeleton and stuff. Yeah. but it looks good, I think.
Yeah. I'm just saying put some respect in R2-D2's name because he's part of the homage. Yeah.
You're right, but he also doesn't really do anything in this, except he does use the turrets on that ship they get to blast a Magna Guard ship at one part. But
and then also they struggle for like a moment because they're trying to flip the guns around and the ship's sliding and he can't like insert his little, I guess, key into the slot. Yeah. And then I was like, man, there's no other way on like the control panel to like you have to rely on
for that specific gun that the terminal's here. Even though Anakin does have a whole control board here, it's just that one gun that only droids have access to. Yeah, just a manufactured like moment of tension, you know.
But hey, R4 is back in this. So that was great
still
to
alive.
See. Yeah.
And Obi-Wan even shouts him out by name at one point.
And I think R4 like sees Ventress and R4 is like,
yeah, I think you're right.
That'd be awesome if they had like a little showdown.
Yeah, he zaps her. Well, R4 does do a little electrical zapping tower defense when the droids are swarming his ship.
Oh, my heart was pumping there, man.
Yeah.
It's like, not again.
No, he survives. Well, you know he survives until Revenge of the Sith, because now all this stuff is
for sure canon. Okay. Oh, this leads me to a big question then that I'm sure they'll answer, but like, where the heck was Ahsoka during Revenge of the Sith?
A question that 11-year-old Jackson was screaming, wondering. Well, surely she's gonna die at some point because like all this and why was she never mentioned during Revenge of the Sith? And you know the real answer is because she didn't exist at the time and is invented for this, but. Definitely is something that they will play with.
That is a funny point, though, too, because it does feel like, you know, looking at Revenge of the Sith, again, I've only seen it one time, but the Jedi Council, like, discusses Anakin a lot and, like, his history and past. And if he really did have a Padawan, that would have been brought up like, numerous times.
Absolutely. And they also imply, like, you know, when they fight Count Dooku, he's like, my powers have doubled since last time we met, and like we'll take them together this time. Very much kind of implying that like the last time they saw him was at the end of Attack of the Clones. And then like he and Anakin fight here. You can assume like Obi-Wan and Anakin will encounter Count Dooku multiple times.
Wait, and Dooku's also like in that fight. He's like, you've gotten much better.
Yeah.
So he's doubled since he's gotten much better, even or even from the next time he sees them.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to see like when canonically the last time they saw each other is before the Revenge of the Sith fight.
It'll be double that.
Yeah, double that.
Okay, yeah. Man, it's funny like the little moments they like kind of shoot themselves in the foot with stuff like that.
It's gonna start happening a lot. Not like a crazy amount, but now that. Because really we're at the point now where this Clone Wars animated show is officially considered to be like canon. And other than the movies is the only thing that Disney takes into the buyout as official.
Wow. Okay. So this is a big deal.
Yeah. And so then now they really start playing with stuff in between the movies. And I mean, we're already seeing that with comics and Force Unleashed and whatever else. But, you know, the first like Star Wars series that comes out in 2015 comics takes place in between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back and is supposed to be like officially canon. So, but they still want to like have all these things happen, but they also can't break like continuity. Yeah. So like Luke and, you know, whatever, minor spoiler for this comic, Luke and Boba Fett like encounter each other and fight, but Luke is like blinded during it. And so he doesn't actually see Boba Fett or know who he is. Okay. So like stuff like that starts happening. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, you just wanted to have Boba Fett in the comic book, but then it also had to be like, well, they didn't know Boba Fett until... Empire Strikes Back, so
that's fine. I feel like you could, maybe they just don't want to do it because it's not as satisfying, but like you can absolutely have like moments where it's like, oh, these characters like paths kind of cross, but like they never directly saw it. Like they were in the same area kind of chasing after the same thing at the same time, but it was just like happenstance they didn't cross paths.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool, I think.
I agree.
You know.
And we will see that a lot in this Clone Wars show, especially with Grievous, because obviously Grievous, popular character, they want to have him be in this show. He's in a lot of episodes of the show. However, if you remember at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, Anakin and him meet for the first time. So, you're shorter than I expected.
So they're not going to meet at all in Clone Wars?
No. So they do that a lot where they are like on the periphery of the same thing, but Anakin and Grievous never meet.
Doesn't he meet Obi-Wan for the first time in it too, though?
No.
Oh, okay. He's just here. Oh, I guess he knows he's the negotiator.
The negotiator.
So,
yeah,
as we saw.
Yes,
also.
We did. I don't know the name of that general guy who he negotiates with, but they do sit down and drink tea and have a little negotiation.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the Clone Wars show. Inevitably, when you're making something this big and you want it to have new characters that matter and feel like big main characters that are intertwined with our existing main characters, there's going to be a little stuff like that of like, well, why wasn't Ahsoka ever mentioned? Why didn't Obi-Wan tell Luke about Ahsoka when they first started hanging out? And there's obvious reasons why for all of that, but it will come up. Anyway, sorry, I feel like I was talking a lot about that.
No, not all. That's funny and interesting, too.
Getting
tangled in their own continuity, basically.
For real. And they try... I mean, it's the same with, like, Marvel Comics or whatever, where, like, stuff will start contradicting itself because there's so much that then, like, a new thing will be like, how can I, like, square this circle and make both things make sense?
Yeah.
And then sometimes that can be really cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's annoying, but we'll see. I mean, this Clone Wars show, is very hit or miss.
Yeah.
And as I've said before, the hits are incredible. I mean, it goes to amazing places, truly, that I absolutely love.
Well, I can't wait to see where Sky Guy and Snips take us,
Yeah, well... I guess we should say the plot of this movie real quick. Very simple.
Oh, yeah.
Jabba the Hutt's son is kidnapped by...
separatists.
Ventress and Count Dooku make a plot to, like, frame the Jedi, and the Jedi want to help Jabba the Hutt so that the Republic can have access to, like, the hyperspace lanes around Tatooine or whatever. By the way,
does Jabba own that much of outer space that it's, like, such an inconvenience if he doesn't let you pass through like whatever little area Jabba like?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of want to make it seem like that like Tatooine is like the gateway to the Outer Rim or whatever, but in the Phantom Menace they're like running away to Tatooine, and they're like, oh yeah, what about this random planet here that's nobody cares about and is out of the way from everything that matters? Maybe we'll go there. So, I don't know.
It is such a weird waste of, like, during a war to be like, let's, like, have these Jedis go, like, find this Hutt baby.
Yeah. It's a waste in universe and a waste out of universe for us as the viewer, too. This is the Clone Wars movie, apparently, which we know is just actually 4 random episodes of the show put together, so it's not as big of a deal. But if you're thinking about it in the way of, like, there's no show attached to this and this is just a standalone product, why would that be the focus of the story for, like, the Clone Wars movie?
Yeah, you're right.
That sucks.
That does. If you want to go, like, fully original with it, too, like, show me just, like, a random group of clones with their Jedi.
Yeah,
like,
show Kit Fisto and his squad of clones going on some mission, or Mace Windu, or, something like that.
I mean, I know there are a lot of clones in this, but there's a surprisingly lacking amount of, like, clone characterization in this one. I mean,
this one, but it will really...
It picks up?
Yes.
Oh, okay, nice. We did talk a little bit about when we were watching it. Captain Rex, is it?
Yes,
Captain Rex stood out to me as cool. We don't get too much into him, but He seemed like a cool character. Really just like his design
Yes,
too.
his
Like
design's awesome.
that blue paint on it looks sick.
And him and Cody are both looking awesome in this, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yes, Captain Rex. So, the show will work as like sort of a hybrid between ongoing and an anthology. And many episodes will focus on different characters. So we'll have episodes where Rex is the main character. We'll have episodes where, Ahsoka is the main character. Lots of different focuses.
Yeah.
So
where Zero the Hutt's the main character. Hello, y'all. Welcome to my.
Oh, did I do that?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I wouldn't be a senator in my place of work.
The Separatists made me do it. I love that Hutlet.
Yeah. Yeah, Padme's in this too.
Oh yeah, I forgot she's she's the one that reveals that whole little plot and forces Zero the Hutt to tell Jabba.
God, that part's so boring though.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a big battle going on Christophsis, which is our like introduction to Ahsoka. I guess the big thing that we would take away from this movie is the introduction of Ahsoka and Anakin having a Padawan now, and this will be like the big core of the show. I mean, there's lots of episodes that don't focus on them at all, but like Ahsoka is potentially the main character of the whole Clone Wars show.
Whoa, okay. I am there's optimism in me that she'll get better after this. Because I want to like Ahsoka just because I've seen like pictures of stuff of her before. I'm like, she looks cool. It's a cool character design. Like, I'm interested to know more about her. And then we got this, and I was like, oh no, like really annoying character.
She is really annoying at first.
Yeah, which I get. You know what? I was about to compare her to Anakin in Episode 1, and you know what? Maybe now I'm like, maybe that was intentional. Actually,
I kind of do think so. I mean, I think that's why Yoda is like, oh, let's pair her up with Anakin, because like they're kind of similarly like reckless, overconfident.
Yeah,
all this, and
he annoyed Kenobi, so now she will annoy Anakin.
Yeah, and I think in theory that is a really cool relationship, and it's like Yoda says in this movie, like they're like, oh, Obi-Wan's like, oh, I'm surprised how well they're taking to each other, and Yoda's like, no, he was definitely ready for a Padawan. The real test is him being able to let her go.
That was really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the progression of that idea.
So there's seeds in this that are cool.
Yeah.
But I do totally agree that she is mostly quite annoying in this.
I also think Anakin, like, at least, and we talked about this a little bit too when we were watching, in the beginning, like, he's so not Anakin to me. He's like completely out of character, like kind of a different person. Not like his normal, more like brooding self, I guess.
Yeah.
And more like independent self too.
Yeah, he's kind of just like cocky and brash, which he is in Attack of the Clones especially, but still always has like that dark side to him.
There were just so many moments where it was like I know Anakin would like spring to action there in a way more like aggressive way than he does here. And I guess like you can argue like, oh, he's got like Ahsoka, so he's trying to be like more careful about everything, trying to protect her a little bit more. But I don't know, just certain elements of it. I was like, I don't buy that he's like on board this quickly with that then, you know?
Yeah.
To not be doing those big decisions like he would normally do.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, like we saw in the Tarkovsky Clone Wars series, like everybody's like, do not pursue Ventress in the ship, and he's like, no, I got it, I can do it. And they're like, no, we know you can do it, we're telling you do not do it because it is a trap and like it's part of some plan. And he's like, I don't care, I'm gonna do it. And that kind of Anakin isn't really,
and that backfired for him, didn't it? No more R4 after that, huh?
True. And he killed someone in anger there too. So
is that Ventress's death?
In that show, yes, but that's wiped away. Forget about that show now in terms of continuity.
That didn't happen then.
No.
That's
all of
so
that
cool,
doesn't count anymore.
That annoys me. Plus, I feel like they were really trying to emulate that fight with Kenobi fighting her.
Yeah.
not at all
No,
satisfying.
no. Obi-Wan has a fight with Ventress. You know, I don't want to be like, trust me, like it gets better,
Yeah.
on repeat, but the lightsaber fighting gets way better as
Okay.
well. Like, I'm not gonna say right away, but like I think it'll be really cool to watch the gradual progression of the show and how awesome it gets. Like, and there's awesome stuff early on in it too, so it's not like all gonna be a slog early on and then get better. But
Yeah, and I don't know if I said it. I liked Dooku's fight with Anakin at the end of
yeah,
this one. I think it's really fun, and I love the like triumphant. It's like you kind of again you're like taking your head out of the stupidity of the actual plot itself. But I love the moment when Dooku like confidently slices through the baby carrying bag or
yeah,
whatever, and
hmm
is like he's just so calmly like, "Well, it's over now. Like I just won."
yeah.
Yeah,
You failed.
yeah, and a little fake out there. Also, though, why not just kill the baby and like the second they kidnapped that hut, kill it, and then
Yeah,
still blame the Jedi.
yeah. I know.
Just be like, the Jedi kidnapped him. We don't know where.
I
Like,
guess they need. I mean, I do. You are right, but I think in the logic of the movie, they had to get that footage of them like smushing him into the backpack, and Anakin being like, "I hate huts,"
yeah,
and Ahsoka being like, "He smells bad."
yeah. I forgot that they're so bigoted towards
Yeah,
the hut race.
yeah.
Anakin like really has such a strong distaste for them.
Well, they are the slave traders of his home planet.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's rescuing the son of the person who was in charge of Watto, of his slave owner. So it's a complex thing. And okay, so we were talking about Anakin's characterization. The interesting moments, which is maybe what you were about to say, is when they do go to Tatooine. They're flying to Tatooine, and Ahsoka's like, "Hey, this is where you grew up,
Yeah.
right? Oh, that's so cool!" Like,
He changes there.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is cool, actually.
and he really drops his like mentor mask and is like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, please stop asking me about it.
Little flashbacks to all the death that he's caused there.
Yeah,
Just all the
yeah.
pain that has been endured there in general, you know?
And I think that is pretty interesting.
So is that a thread that continually gets pulled through the series, though, as it progresses? Like, do we get good Anakin characterization in this
Yes.
series overall?
Yes.
Okay. That's cool.
Um,
Because I feel like, you could ruin him very easily. Like,
Yeah, he sometimes he's annoying in the show, and like I feel like in the movie he's got moments where I'm like, what? This is like a weird, like cartoony version of Anakin that I don't necessarily like, but
yeah.
uh
I think we should try that.
yeah, but hey, George Lucas filmed that shit too
Yeah.
for Anakin, so maybe it is goofy.
All right. Anakin has a silly side.
He does.
Yeah.
But I do think there's some really good Anakin characterization here, and that's a little glimpse of it, I think, that we did get in the movie. And the other moment I like is when he and Padme are thanking each other through the hologram at the end. And it's
yeah.
like, look, they're in love. They're secretly married.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Although, yeah, like you said, you could have told me that if Padme's name wasn't dropped, I wouldn't have even known that was Padme, really. Like,
Yeah.
Just kind of looks like a random senator,
I don't know. She's looking pretty good to me.
Oh, yeah, like that. Well, hey, animated Padme. I'm sure there's plenty of fans out there. Is she in the series more as it goes on?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
She is. Yeah, but I mean, I can vividly remember, this is kind of off topic, but that poster that I got in Washington D.C. and it had all the characters, and Kit Fisto and Plo Koon are my two like favorite Jedi at the time. And I was like, yes, like they're gonna be in this movie, and they are literally in one shot during the opening montage of like the Clone Wars is going on, and
I think when I saw that, I even was like, oh, like, because I was like, oh, I didn't realize we were going to see him in this. But then, yeah.
they
he was
never
not
show
in
up
it.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vividly remember that.
I do assume, though, like, throughout the entire series, there's got to be some of the other Jedis that are popping up here.
Definitely.
Okay.
I mean, there are whole sequences of like 4-episode arcs where like it's some Mace Windu focused.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what the heck? Okay. Wow, I'm really interested to like get into the meat of this show.
It's really cool. I mean, and there could be a group of 8 episodes where 4 episodes you're like, this is garbage, and then the next 4 is like, this is some of the best Star Wars stuff ever.
Wow.
Like, so yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
Good. I need more Star Wars clips to rewatch on YouTube.
Oh, there's plenty of good fights and stuff. And yeah, they man, what not too much happens in this really.
There's some Magna Guards.
Yeah, Ahsoka fights some Magna Guards.
Yeah, has trouble with some Magna Guards. Not a really good Padawan.
Oh yeah, we mentioned it during the movie though, but her grip on the lightsaber is cool. This is kind of iconic for Ahsoka. She's holding the blade the other way around. Got this little like backhand style with it.
She'd be cool with two lightsabers. They have her double lightsaber up Ahsoka. All right. I was excited to see Ventress and her lightsabers again too. To be honest, but
and she stuck them together too at some parts.
I was like, did she do that in the Tarkovsky series, or did they add that in here?
I can't remember. I think she maybe did.
Okay.
In like that arena fight where she's taking down all those monsters, but no, because she didn't even have a lightsaber during that. I don't remember.
It was also funny to like see her communicating with Dooku, just like. Obviously still his underling, but like the previous time, I don't know, I just remember his attitude towards her, like the "you're not Sith" thing.
Yeah.
And I wanted like some flashes of that in it, and then I didn't get it, and I was like, oh, okay. Didn't feel great. I don't know.
That relationship does get more fleshed out in the show as well.
Oh, nice. Okay. Sounds like the things that I want to happen and like progress, they do focus on. So.
Yeah, at least at some parts,
Yeah.
There probably will be some frustration through the show of like, why are we spending so much time on this when like there's so much other cool stuff we could be talking about?
Yeah.
But there's great stuff in there.
Any episodes that are like, okay, this is just the droid episode now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is C-3PO.
There are C-3PO and R2-D2 episodes. There are Jar Jar Binks episodes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Honestly, it's like really easy to forget about Jar Jar Binks because he's just in Phantom. Well, I guess he's in the other ones too.
But just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's around.
Oh. Does the original actor reprise the voice?
I don't think so.
Part of me feels bad for that guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel bad for him too. He got annihilated.
Yeah. That's rough.
Yeah.
Just thinking of the deleted scene we watched where he's just like got the head piece on, sitting at the table on Tatooine. Like,
so that would be so difficult as an actor.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, rough.
So I did mention it to you before, but this is like somewhat of a non-chronologically told show.
Yeah.
At least for the first 3 seasons, they kind of jump around. And then for the most part, seasons 4 through 7 are all in order. But they also don't really explain like when stuff is happening in the timeline and everything. So you kind of have to just figure it out. But there will be plenty of stuff of like, this character dies. And then like 10 episodes later, there they are in the background. And it's like, oh okay. Well, I guess this took place before that. Or something
weird. Okay.
Yeah, it is weird.
Let's watch it in chronological order. Let's map it out and watch it in the order that it actually happened. I don't care how they intended it.
On Disney or on the Star Wars website, they have like an official chronological order for it. So I thought about even doing that because there are two episodes that take place before the movie. And then a couple more. But I think like this episode in season 3 is like chronologically the first episode, then season 1 episode, then the movie, then like a mix of season 1 and 2. It's very strange.
So they do like kind of comic style arcs, like just like 4 or 3 episode arc type thing.
There's one-off episodes too. It is very much like a comic where like you'll have like a big 5-episode arc and then like a one-off story and then get back into the next big arc.
I may be able to get into that actually. Maybe I like that.
Yeah. I think it'll work too for our episode structure of the podcast as well, because if it's like a big 4 or 5 episode arc, we'd just talk about that for an episode.
Yeah.
But if we have like a one-off episode, we could do that and some comics, or that and a video game or something like that.
I was gonna say, is this it now? Are we officially like starting this Clone Wars series, and this becoming season 2 of the podcast, just Clone Wars, basically?
It's cool with me if that's the main focus of it. Yeah.
All right.
Because there's like a lot to get through. And well, okay, so the first 5 seasons come out before Rebels, the next animated show.
Okay.
And then Rebels starts.
Is Rebels a Disney one? Like, at that point, had Disney acquired Star Wars?
Yeah, I think it started like as all that was happening.
Okay.
Maybe even like a tiny bit before. But so it starts while Clone Wars is still going on.
Yeah.
So we will start to like mix that in. But I think we will go release order of like all the canon content.
Yeah, are we skipping any episodes, or like is there?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe if we get a little into it and you're like, please, can we just watch the good ones? Then like we can start doing that.
Yeah.
But I would at least like to try to watch all of them.
Yeah.
If you're down for that.
Yeah, I think so.
At first.
I just wasn't sure if there's some that are just like, like this is even me pitching this, I would be like, we have to watch it, but like this is just the musical episode where it's like we just sing little songs on our spaceships,
I mean, they have some episodes, not musical ones, but like filler ones.
It's the Anakin rap. The Anakin rap. That'd be cool.
That's actually the next one we're gonna watch.
Oh, nice.
It's the Anakin rap.
Hello there. I'm Obi-Wan.
Wow. Me and Commander Cody have lots of fun fighting with the Jedi, saving lives. First rule of Jedi, have no wives.
Wow. Really good.
That's, something that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we ready to end this episode or what?
Honestly, I don't have too much more to say about this movie other than I'm excited to get into the show.
Yeah.
There's more in the movie that we didn't talk about, but it's...
Is there, though, even?
Not much.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, I'm like, what is like a big part of it we didn't touch? I think we hit all the major bases of it.
That long sequence with the shield generator.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. There's like some cool action, though, like in that Battle of Christophsis. I do like Anakin...
Sorry, that was the clone trooper like getting his hand broken.
Oh yeah. There's some good like clones getting brutalized in this.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. That's pretty much what I was talking about. If you're into that kind of stuff, watching clones getting brutalized.
Hey, I loved watching Grievous and the Tarkovsky ones just like take out those clones.
Yeah. And Ventress like slamming their head on trees and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like Anakin in this one, like like on those big spidery droids with the ball on top at the beginning. He's kind of like riding on the gun turret of that and like slicing them up and everything.
Yeah,
it was well directed and engaging action. Pretty
cool opening like little battle going on there.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Most of like the large scale fights like look good, and them like climbing the cliff face with the walkers and the staps, the battle droids riding their little like flying T-shaped hover things that those are called staps. Anakin then like jumps across them, like slicing them up, and then gets on one and flies it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like fun sequences of action, which I think is very valuable in an animated thing like this.
The movie overall, like I said, I think if I can ignore how stupid the actual premise of it is, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah. And hints of really cool stuff in there, I think, here and there. I don't want to oversay. It is pretty bad, the movie, because like all the stuff with the Hutts, which is the main part of the movie, is not good.
I think you're hinting at the Ventress Kenobi relationship we're gonna get as the series progresses.
Oh yeah.
I think there's two. I think Kenobi's He may take up a little life of himself.
They have a funny banter in this. Yeah, it's like this is, technically our canonical introduction to Ventress, even though we've seen her in the other show.
Yeah, and
But
they've met her already.
yeah, they already know who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like,
Just screw us. Yeah.
yeah, I know. There is some stuff like that always used to bother me about this show and other like animated shows, because I remember watching like the Justice League cartoon as a kid and like being like, okay, these are the Dark Side episodes. Like this is going to be the epic introduction to Dark Side. And then Dark Side shows up and all the characters are like, oh yeah, it's Dark Side. Like we've already fought him as the Justice League like many times. And it's like, wait, but wouldn't it be cool if this was like the first time they all met Darkseid? Like,
yeah, man, I guess I'm of two minds on this because I'm thinking recently now, because I'm working on a comic universe with a friend, and they were telling me about something. I guess Alan Davis did this at one point, or should we? No, Alan Moore. Alan Moore did this at one point, where they created like a comic universe, or it was just like a single issue or something. And as you were flipping through, you'd get those little text boxes that were like they first met in issue like number 26 of this, and like there's no issue 26 that exists. It was just like building that into the like continuity of the piece itself, and I was like, that's kind of a cool idea.
That is cool.
But yeah, I would be like, well, wait, I want to know what happened like in issue 26 of that particular thing and like how that affects this. So. Because I've been thinking through that idea. I was like, oh, should that be something kind of fun to do? But yeah, now I don't know if it's like unsatisfying to go that route too,
Yeah, I guess it just depends on what you're doing. If you're trying to have some kind of like meta commentary on the medium or something like that, then yeah, it just depends on
I don't know.
Motivations.
But just interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, well, next time, I guess we'll watch the first few episodes of the show.
Woo!
And maybe throw in some comic books there.
Woo!
Damn, can you do an R2-D2 scream? That was pretty good.
It sounded like he had I don't know, something stuck in his throat.
Sounded like Three Stooges, like.
Yeah.
Which, now that I'm thinking about it, was R2-D2's like Three Stooges inspired? Him and C-3PO's like little slapsticky banter.
Oh my God! There's got to be a comic somewhere about this secret third droid that helped out.
Yeah, that like died on the Tantive 4 or something before the beginning of A New Hope.
The one that charged R2-D2, so he didn't run out of battery before he got to Tatooine.
Yeah. Yeah, like a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern type thing. Well, I guess that's kind of already what R2 and C-3PO are for the bigger plot. But man, I was mentioned before, but listening to the audiobook of Dark Lord: Rise of Darth Vader, which is interconnected with the Dark Times comic book I'm reading right now as well. It's kind of interesting. But C-3PO and R2-D2 are, in the care of Captain Antilles of the Tantive 4, as they are given to him at the end of Revenge of the Sith, and Bail Organa is around, and they're hanging out on Alderaan, and there's all this stuff of like, they ask like C-3PO, like, what were you doing before this? And he's like, I don't know, but I think like blah, blah, blah. And then like R2 will say something, and then C-3PO's like, what do you mean I don't need to know? I want to know. I want to know what we were doing. And C-3PO's just like cheekily not telling him.
Wait, because R2-D2 knows everything?
Yeah. But C-3PO got his memory wiped.
Yeah, I do remember the C-3PO part, but I guess in my head I was like, I guess they both got wiped. But no,
apparently R2 did not get wiped.
Oh, wow, what a little jerk.
Yeah. He just intentionally withholds all the info from C-3PO and everybody else.
Yeah.
He could.
It feels like it could have been a little helpful. Mm-hmm. But okay.
I mean, and there's the same thing about like what we were saying about Ahsoka with that. Yeah. But like when Obi-Wan sees them at the beginning of A New Hope, no real reaction.
This one though is 100. I mean, they're all 100% on them, but this one's 110% on them for wanting to put R2D2 in like every Star Wars project.
Yeah, they don't need. They are essential to the first few of the original movies as like our sort of POV at the beginning, and they very slowly and quietly build us into the world.
Yeah.
In the prequels, they are there for fan service and no reason.
Even in this movie, it was crazy. Like you would just see R2D2 in a shot every once in a while,
Yeah.
and it's like it almost takes you out of it because you're like, why?
Yeah,
Why
just
is-
running along with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
C-3PO shows up in the movie
Yeah,
too.
that's true. I forgot. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's a big help for helping out Padme
Mm-hmm.
and Zero the Hutt. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, but he does bring in those Coruscant Guard clone troopers into Zero the Hutt's lair.
And they're
or
very
whatever.
cool looking, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would like an action figure of one of those guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I had a few of the action figures from this show, mostly clone troopers.
Oh, clone trooper toys would go insane, dude. I feel like those could be really, really cool.
You got to look at the Black Series, bro. The Black Series is a good line of like affordable level action figures, like $20 action figures that are for that price point, like quite high quality, I think. And the clones look great.
Yeah. Yeah, I want Hot Toys figures, but that's out of my price
Right,
range.
exactly. Like obviously there are very nice versions of these, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, once again, I feel like I keep cutting you off when you're in the middle of a thought.
No, not at all. I
going
feel the
on.
same. So probably
Okay.
just like I just did. I just cut you off, and I'm like, that was rude.
Well, I didn't think it was rude, so
All right.
hopefully there's a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just never want to stifle a sentence you're saying. while
Hey,
you're saying it.
if you cut me off and I really wanted to say the thing, I will boomerang back to the thing and still say it. So
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. I trust that you feel confident enough to do that.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah, we'll watch some more Clone Wars soon.
woo!